Hi guys, it's October the 6th and what I've got to do today, I've just been sorting out these pink cuttings. There's 38 pots of 10, 380 cuttings, and it's for a mate of mine. I'm going to deliver them today. I would say I might have possibly about 10 that didn't take. So for example, let's look at this pot here. That one's didn't take, that one didn't take, possibly that one. In fact, this tray here, if you look at, I don't know if you can make that out, the difference in growth, and it's kind of weird that these here were the, I think were the first ones that I took. The ones with longer growths were later on, and I think it was, we had more heat, we had a plume, it was definitely warmer, so I think that had a factor, an influencing factor on it. But even these that some are not as big, you know, they're definitely, you can see they're growing. So I'm happy with that. So like I say, I'm going to take him round to his place today. He's been rotivating, and we're going to plant him through membrane, 100 GSM, grams a square metre, and that way hopefully that'll keep down the weeds. And if you want to know how to take pink cuttings, it's easy. I'll put a link in the description down below. I'll take you to a video that I've done already on that. So the next job I need to do is these Crimson Crush. They're still absolutely fine, but we can't keep, you know, we can't eat as keep up with them if you see what I mean when they're ripening. So I'm going to put them in. Slice them up about 1/4 inch thick and put them in the dehydrator for sun-dried tomatoes. I haven't done any this year, and last year we did them in the oven because we didn't have the energy problem, but the dehydrator is definitely more energy efficient than the oven. So I'll just spin you around here. It's a 9 tray dehydrator, and it's Excalibur, so I'm just going to slice them up. So put them on the tray, we'll see how many we get, I'll bring you back. Alright, so that's one tray, so what was it, about 5, maybe 6 on there, something. So we'll keep going, I'll bring you back. Alright guys, so you can see them in there, there's four trays in there. So I'll just pop this cover back on. Alright, front cover's on, and we'll put it on. So this is the temperature here, so we're going to put it on. You see there, it gives you kind of little index thing. So vegetables, fruits, 52 to 57, so probably want it the high end of this bit here. And then this is your timer here, so I'm going to set it, we'll start 8 hours. And then obviously we'll just come back and check and see how things are. Alright guys, so just to follow up here on these tomatoes, it's the day after actually. I don't know how well you can see that. It's not just quite leathery enough yet. It's still a bit soft, so you see that? So as opposed to, you see the difference between the smaller bits, you know, they're more how they should be, kind of leathery. There's still a little bit of give in them, a little bit. So what I'm going to do anyway, I'll go through them all. Any that's like that, that's ready, I'll remove those, but these fleshier, larger bits, they're going to need a few more hours. So I'll screen them, I'll go through them all, and any that's, as I say, not quite ready, we'll put them back in. Well, autumn's certainly come back with a vengeance. Look at this lot. It's horrible. Lead grey sky, Cumbrian weather. No outdoor work today, I don't think. Okay guys, just another little bit of fun. I was starting to put away the squash, and then thought, well, let's have a bit of a weigh-in and just see how they turn out. So this one here is the biggest of the 3 crown prints. So we'll pop that on the scale. I'll just try and zoom in a wee bit and see how it turns out. Right, so it's gone round. Let it stay on the pan. So there's £10 there, 11, 12, 12 and a half. I'll make that £12 10 ounce, that one. You see that? So yeah, 10, 11, 12, 12 and a half. 12. Right, okay, so let's put one of the red curry, the cheeky curry. I think this was the biggest one out of the half dozen or so that I've got left. I'm just trying to get it to... There we go. Let's zoom in on that one. So it looks like we've got 6 and a half. Something there, I've scratched the surface. It looks like just over 6, about £6, £6 9 ounce for the red curry. As I say, I think that's the biggest one. Okay, just a little bit of fun. If you've grown these type of squash this year, drop me a comment below. Tell me what yours weighing at. Just a bit of fun. Okay, catch you later. So we're still on the 7th of October and the post has just been with this box from Thompson Morgan. I'm astonished. I was only talking to Alice from Thompson Morgan yesterday and confirming you know, the thing that they were going to gift me. This is a gift, I have to say, from Thompson Morgan. So let's get inside the box and see what's in. Alright guys, so here's the advice note. Probably the camera won't pick that up. I still haven't figured out how to get the close-up better, the image. Anyway, it's a shallot, variety Griselle. It's supposed to be the original French shallot, an heirloom shallot. And so it's saying here, unpack sets on arrival, keep in a light cool dry position until planting time. Plant between October to mid-December, so they're going to go in sort of any time now, in well-drained soil, not subject to waterlogging over the winter, so raised bed here in the back will be ideal. Planting drills leaving approximately 6 inch, so you could do more than that perhaps, between sets, with 30 centimetres or 12 inch between rows, leaving just the tips of the shallot just visible. And lift from mid-June onwards. Net weight 500 grams, half a kilo. This is brilliant. I'm so looking forward to trying these. I've been looking at shallots for a while. I'm just going to gently tip these out. And I came across these on the internet, this variety Griselle, and they get rave reviews. Apparently they're most sought after by the French chefs. I've looked to see that, and if they're available in any supermarkets in this country, and I haven't seen any at all. So you know, if you just look at one, so they've got more of this, a bit like a sort of small Zebrune, I suppose, shape. But I guess that's around the size that they grow. And in the other information I've read, they're highly prized, as I say, for especially for accompanying beef, like beef bourguignon or something like that. They go a kind of nice, sticky, treacly, spicy sort of flavour, which just sounds amazing, absolutely amazing. So, like I say, I'm just going to leave them for a day or two in the box, and what I need to do then is see how many we'll get in a row and figure out what sort of space we're going to need. I'll go and just show you where I'm intending to plant them. Okay guys, so in this raised bed here, which is where the dwarf French beans variety Ferrari. This was the second sowing here, that was the third sowing, but as I've already mentioned, I was a bit too late. I should have done it 3 weeks, maybe even 2 had I got away with it. There are beans forming, but I don't really think I'm going to get, I might get one small picking if I'm lucky, if the weather stays favourable. But these, even though you can see, I don't know if you can see that, there's still beans on there. I mean, they're perfectly good. So what the plan is, I'll pick those and then I'm going to remove these. See, even though they're still in flower, tiny little bean there, but I'm going to sacrifice those, and I can see right away I should get at least 2 rows in there, and depending on how many shallots I get in each row, obviously then will determine, you know, if how many of these are the third sowing of beans I'm going to remove. But I think I was toying with the idea of saving some for spring planting, but I think maybe I'll do that for another year. Just right now I think I'd rather just get them all in. So what I'm going to do is I'll wait till tomorrow, because we've had a lot of heavy rain today. The sun's come out now, so I'm going to leave it till tomorrow. Hopefully it'll dry down a bit, and then I'll bring you back when I've started to plant them. Alright guys, Saturday the 8th of October, we've had real heavy rain overnight. If I just pan down there, you can see this patio does dry out quite fast when the sun comes out. But honestly, it was really heavy rain, so everything's pretty saturated at the moment. Anyway, right, so as regards these Griselle Shallots, I've counted through the box. There was 44. I've rejected one that looked to have gone bad. There may be a second one, but that's it. The others seem absolutely sound. Decided, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant them in modules and put them in the frame over there. It's just really because I say we've had so much rain recently, although I would not say these beds are saturated. I just don't really want to run the risk of them rotting off, so I'm going to put them in Charles Dowding 28Ls and then pop them in the frame, which will actually give them some protection from birds as well, because they tend to go for the little green shoots and keep pulling them out, and then they get sort of stunted, you know, they don't grow as well if they get checked. So I'll pop them in the frame, and then once they've sprouted and everything, you know, they won't need to be hardened off because they'll be outside anyway. I'm still going to go ahead here and plant them in this bed, so we'll get on with that later. So the only thing I want to do now is just, as I say, there's some beans on there. I'm going to harvest those. That spinach is due for another harvest, so I'm going to get on with that. Alright guys, so that's just a nice little harvest. So we've got the spinach, a nice picking of French beans, 3 zucchini. See where I've picked the spinach. I think that's the 4th picking now. I've left one plant there because by the time what I've picked we've eaten that, it'll be time to come back and harvest this chard. And I don't mind throwing a bit of spinach in, a bit of mix and match. Turning around here, see we've still got, there's another courgette and there's some baby ones here. This is new leaves. So like I say, I'm not going to pull it out, it's still going strong. What's really amazing is I've been going on about the 3rd planting of these beans. I didn't think I was going to get a harvest, but look at this. If we can get another couple of weeks of temperatures as we are now, just around about 15, 16 during the day, I think I'm just going to get a picking off that. Alright guys, so I'm going to plant these shallots. The sun's come out, things have dried up a wee bit. As I said, I'm going to use these 28Ls. You know, they're quite deep. And this is just ordinary bog standard multi-purpose compost. Nothing special. It has got some feed added to it, which should be sufficient really to get them through you know, planting out and even through the winter, because there was food in the bed as well when I replanted it with beans. I put some Gromar in 777, so there should be still some of that left as well. Right, I'll bring you back when I've ready to plant. So I've consolidated the compost, and watching Steve over at Digwell Greenfingers gave a great tip. I haven't got a dib here, I'm just using a screwdriver, but he was saying don't use this end. You want a fine just to loosen it, so you don't damage the basal plate there on the bulb. Very important. Alright, so it's just a case of gently pushing them in like that, because on the instructions, if you were planting them in the soil, you would plant them you know, almost to there, but because these are going in the frame, it shouldn't really matter. Just loosen that a bit more actually. It shouldn't really matter, because I say they'll be protected from the birds in the frame, so we should be good to go. Right, I'll bring you back when I've got them done. And just to say, I rejected one earlier on, and as I was going through, can you see how that's squishy? They shouldn't be like that, they should be firm. So it's always worth, you know, when you get shallots or onions in, just go through and check them. Anything squishy like that, just reject it. But that's only 2 out of the whole box, so not a problem. And thanks again to Thompson and Morgan for sending me that gift, because I've really been looking forward to growing them. So thanks guys, I really do appreciate it, and I will be of course following them up as we go through the season. Alright, thanks for watching guys, appreciate your support as always. Take care, and I'll see you next time.